Midnight Motorist. You know, right? It's the minigame that confused everyone when they first saw it, and I mean everyone. And since its debut in FNAF 6, people have been coming up with a slew of theories trying to figure out what this minigame was actually trying to tell us. And after years of people debating about it, I think that I figured it out. And today I'll be telling you how. So let's just get started, shall we? So before anything else, I want to preface this theory by saying that I believe that Midnight Motorist is about the Aftons, and therefore I believe that this guy right here is William. You know, yellow Cheeto man right here. Now there are people that believe that this can't be William due to the fact that he's yellow/orange instead of purple. You know, it's weird that he's suddenly orange, and yeah, it is weird that he's suddenly orange, but there's a good explanation for that. See, the only reason that he's ever been represented as purple is because he's always been this like shady, shadowy figure, right? And shadows in these games are represented by the color purple. This is shown clearly in FNAF 4, as we can see the shadows of the animatronics in Fredbear's, and they're purple. So that's the only reason why he's represented as purple. And in Midnight Motorist, he's not in the shadows anymore. He's just kind of walking around out in the open. Also, there's the fact that Michael in the last game was shown to be purple, and I think it might have gotten confusing. So that's why I think he's a different color now. So then if I think that Midnight Motorist is about the Aftons, then what could I have possibly solved about it? Well, it's the identity of this person right here on the couch. The main sort of interpretation for this person is that this person is Michael, and the person who's running away from the house is his younger brother, Fight Victim, which is apparently his official name according to the character encyclopedia. But yeah, that's been the main interpretation for a long time now. Up until recently, I don't think it's ever been questioned. I've thought about it, and I just can't see that person being Michael. And before I talk about why, I want to talk about why people do believe that it's Michael. See, this person right here has a couple traits about them. They have gray text, they have a gray shirt, and lastly, the person is watching TV. Side note, that doesn't look like a shirt to me, but that's what people think it is. Now, all these traits match with traits that Michael has. In FNAF 4, he has gray text, and he also has a gray shirt. And in Sister Location, he watches TV at the end of every night. So I could see how, at first glance, it appears that this person is Michael. But I don't think that these points actually mean anything. And here's why. Firstly, let's talk about the text color. Text color may seem at first to be linked to a specific character and like kind of representing their voice, but if you actually look at it, text color is more so based off of the primary color of a character's sprite design. Let's take a look at a few examples, right? We have obviously Michael in FNAF 4 with the gray shirt, so he has gray text. Mr. Cheeto Man here is orange/yellow, so he has orange/yellow text. Same thing with this green guy right here. He's green, so he gets green text. And the person on the couch is wearing mostly gray, so they have gray text. But this thing between text color and sprite color isn't just in FNAF 6. It's in FNAF 4 too. Let's look at some of the other characters. We have obviously Michael, but we also have some of these other random kids hanging around outside Fredbear's, and their text color roughly matches the prominent color in each of their sprites. So yeah, that's why I don't believe the text color argument. Now let's move on to the shirt argument. Now, what this piece of evidence is basically saying is that since this person is wearing a gray shirt on the couch, and Michael wears a gray shirt, that means they're the same person because only Michael wears a gray shirt. But the thing is, Michael doesn't only wear a gray shirt. In Sister Location, he wears a purple shirt. And also, Mike isn't the only character to ever wear a gray shirt. In the Security Puppet minigame, all these other kids wear gray shirts. So clearly the gray shirt thing is not specific to Michael. And the last piece of evidence is that the couch person here watches TV, and Michael also watches TV in Sister Location. This point I don't really have a lot of counter evidence towards, more just so of like a, I don't know, like a nitpick. And that is, do you know how many people watch TV? Like, watching TV, I'm pretty sure like most people watch TV. So saying that because this person is watching TV, that means that they're Michael because Michael watched TV in the last game? Like, I don't know, that seems like too broad of a thing to consider as a point of evidence. But the biggest reason why I don't think this is Michael is because of the way he's been characterized in these games. See, Michael has been characterized repeatedly to look pretty much exactly like William, right? This is something that is repeated multiple times, with the first instance being at the end of Sister Location's Golden Freddy mode. See, at the end of Custom Night, we get a cutscene where Michael says that the animatronics thought that he was William.
Father, it's me, Michael. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you.
And we also have the Immortal and the Restless TV show, which is a representation of the Aftons, where Vlad is William, Clara is Mrs. Afton, and the baby is Michael.
The baby isn't mine.
How do we know this? Well, Vlad is wearing purple, and Sister Location is before FNAF 6, so he hasn't been portrayed as orange yet, so that connects him to William. Clara is Vlad's wife, an obvious parallel, and the baby is a parallel to Michael because the baby looks pretty much exactly like Vlad, just like how Michael looks pretty much exactly like William. So that's the second instance of this thing about Michael looking like William. And the last one is in FNAF 6 in this alleyway poster, and we have a poster representing the Aftons, William being the ventriloquist, Michael being the dummy that looks exactly like him, Elizabeth being the clown for obvious reasons, and Bite Victim being the bear for obvious reasons. So this is the third time now that Michael's been characterized to look like William. Why am I bringing all this up? Well, to that question, I'm going to ask you another question. If this person on the couch is Michael, why does his sprite look nothing like William's? Why would Scott put this repeated thing in the games about Michael looking like William, only to just drop that entire thing in this one minigame? If the similar looks thing was only mentioned like once or twice, I could look past it, but the fact that it's mentioned 3 times makes it seem like it's kind of an important detail, and it is. So if Scott thought that this was an important detail to repeat multiple times, why would he all of a sudden change that detail just for this one minigame? It wasn't to confuse us, because FNAF 6 was supposed to be the end of the series, but we all know how that went. But yeah, this is something that I don't think I've ever seen anybody bring up. Like this characterization of Michael. If this sprite was really Michael, I'd imagine it looks something like this. Because William is yellow, you know, but it doesn't. So if I don't think this person is Michael, who do I think it is? Well, I think it's Mrs. Afton. Why? Well, let's go back to Immortal and the Restless. Clara is kind and caring about her kid. You know, she wants Vlad to take care of him and be a better father.
You need to see your son!
The baby isn't mine.
And in Midnight Motorist, the person on the couch is caring, kind about whoever's running away. So that's what makes me think that this person is Mrs. Afton. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but let me know what you think. So if the bite victim's not running away, who is? Well, it's Michael. Why is he running away? Well, we see a pair of footprints that seem to have just appeared out of nowhere, and a pair running past those other footprints. So why is this important? Well, if these footprints just appeared out of nowhere, then that means that it has to be an animatronic that has the ability to teleport, basically. And the only animatronic that I can think of is Golden Freddy. Think about this. This is probably after the bite of 83, where, you know, Michael accidentally killed his brother. So if he's all of a sudden seeing the Fredbear animatronic outside his window, he's gonna be really upset about that. And so he breaks his window to go towards it, but before he can get to it, it disappears again. And so since he saw Fredbear, he's probably reminded of his brother, so he runs to visit his brother's grave. That's why William says he ran off to that place again. If that place was Freddy's, why would he be vague about it? He has no reason to be vague about it. But if that place were, say, his youngest son's grave, then I think it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't want Michael to visit that place because he's the one who killed him, and he probably blames Michael. And he doesn't think Michael deserves to go there. So yeah, that's what Midnight Motorist is about, at least to me. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you do disagree, let me know why. I'd be very interested to see what you guys have to say. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, because I do have some more projects that I'm going to be working on, so that's something to look forward to. And all that other stuff that YouTubers are obliged to say at the end of their videos. But anyways, bye you guys.